Holy shit. Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Comic Crack, and as you can see by the title of this one, I've got a couple of comics to share with you. Over the years, there's been a lot of kind of random acts of kindness that have been passed back and forth, whether it's from YouTube comic nerd to YouTube comic nerd, or viewers to comic nerds that are streaming shit or making videos. Um, One of the bonuses, as I've always talked about, from doing this kind of thing, from doing this channel, is the group of people that you've met over the years, whether that's people that make videos themselves or people that just watch. One of the sales that I had where I was selling some underground comics, I was reached out to by a gentleman named Nate. Hello, Rasa, how are you? A guy named Nate. He said I could share his first name. I made sure that I got rid of anything that had address or where he lives from many of the packaging before we went live here. He bought some books for me and then was talking and telling me that there was a place in his town. He's been watching for quite a while. There's a place in his town that has box after box after box after box of 50-cent comics, all sorts of eras, but a lot of kind of indie and black and white books. And he said, I'd love to send you a package of stuff. So there was a little bit of back and forth about that. And this is it. So he was kind of going during his work, like his lunch break or after work, rather. I don't remember which. And visiting and sending me photos of some of the interesting books. I'd sent him a list of kind of some indie titles that I was on the lookout for. But he would also send me emails with some photos of some books that he was finding, and hey, any of these catch your attention? And there was quite a few that caught my attention, a bunch of them that I had known nothing about, purely just looking at the cover, or there was some from a company that I sort of collect, titles that I hadn't heard of from those companies that I thought were worth taking a shot. So this is it. It showed up today. I work tonight. I've been working the past few nights, but I couldn't wait to dig into these. I've got a couple hours before I have to be at work. So I thought we'd do this. I won't spend a ton of time going through all of these, but I just wanted to make sure that I give an enormous shout out to Nate. Nate, I really, really greatly appreciate this. You absolutely didn't have to do it. It's incredible, the mountain of comics. I don't know where the fuck I'm going to put them, as we talked about in emails, but I'm going to find some place, and I really, really appreciate it. So let's see what he grabbed us. And right off the top, oh my god. So let's just do this first. there's your thumbnail. Holy shit, man, this is intense. This was quite a few weeks of kind of back and forth and emails and stuff. Nate is hello, AFPC. Nate is just a viewer. Just wanted to go by the name of Nate. Yeah, exactly. A new basement level indeed. So this is from him. And because this kind of happened over quite a few weeks, my hands are filthy, quite a few weeks, I don't actually remember the books, all of the books that are in this here. So we'll sort of find that out together. I got my trusty knife here. Jumping Jesus. Let's see. Get out this first stack here. Maybe I should have prepped just a little bit more. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Gary. I told him, I said, hey, like that was the early conversations. I said, I really appreciate the sentiment. Please understand, it's absolutely not necessary. The shipping from the States to Canada is mental. So let me know if you want some money to kind of supplement the postage. He had a deal through his work. I think he worked something out through his job, and was able to procure maybe a little bit of cheaper shipping, because that was my original thought of, I love the sentiment. I would never say no to comics, but from the States to Canada is huge. Awesome. Matt Howarth. Matt Howarth was somebody that I threw on the list and kind of just said, honestly, pretty much anything. I sort of gave him the range of those annoying Post Brothers that I did have. But I figured Matt Howarth seems to be a name that will at least pop up once or twice in some of these bins. So this is from Bugtown. Was this the, oh yeah, this is Aeon Comics there. So beauty. I love me some Matt Howarth. In the world of just covers that were intriguing. And I mean, of course, those of you in the chat, especially you, AFPC, if you guys know anything about these books, or if you're watching on the replay, Russ Works, please point out some books that maybe jump out at you. Tom Simonton, computer coloring, Jim Whitting, Derek Gray, illustrations, Rick Rawlings. So this is what, 94. Oh, is this Fantico? Hey, look at that, Fantico. So that would probably be why that made the list for sure. That looks okay. And like I said, most of these were just titles that jumped out at me, either because of the cover or the company themselves. Very curious to get into some of these. Slave labor graphics, Tupelo, the world's greatest junkie superhero for mature readers. Beautiful. Man, I've got some reading to do. This will be a few Sundays worth of videos here at least, Rasa. Get ready to be talking about some of this stuff. Yeah, this caught my eye just from the artwork. Halloween Comic Fest. What was this, 2000s or something, this Halloween Comic Fest? I don't know how many years this went on. This was 2016. The art was pretty amazing on this one. Comics Tribe one shot. I'm not familiar with Comics Tribe at all, but that's kind of that Burnham-ish type of busy line work there. Looks very cool. Speaking of, looks pretty amazing. Nice. Another free comic book day, The Adventures of Paul, drawn in quarterly. Again, not one that I know, but drawn in quarterly, usually worth a shot for sure. And I'm surprised this didn't make it anywhere here. I don't remember seeing this. What year we got? Oh, 2005. So this is quite a few years back. I don't know if I was going much to the comic shops. We kind of, did we move back? Ian Bertram, thank you. That's what I meant to say, Ian Bertram. We moved back 2003, 2004. I don't think I was visiting the shops quite yet. Coming back to town here. Alternative Press, Humongous Man. Yeah, it's amazing. I don't remember this at all. Look at that. That looks fantastic. Try to get the creators here as we're going through. Concept story, pencils, inks, colors, and design. Dan Stepp and Jim Harrison. Hopefully that lighting is okay. This is from probably 90s. Yeah, 1997. Beautiful. Aha. There we go. A Post Brothers 55. I think this might have been one that he saw just before he shipped the package off that he found in the bins there. So that's great. Got to fill in those gaps of Post Brothers. I need all the Matt Howarth. I need everything that he's done. Yes, so far so good, Rasa. So far so good. Another slave labor graphics slacker. Starting right on the inside cover, Doug Slack, 1996. Looked intriguing. You never know. It's like a collection of shorter strips. Nomads of Antiquity. This was on a list that I had running. I don't remember how many. Well, obviously it's at least 3. I don't remember where I heard about this originally, but somewhere saw it or heard about it somewhere, and it made the list. I don't know if this was one that was on the Power Comics channel or where I'd heard the title. Yeah, Savage Henry is great. The little bit of Savage Henry that I've read, I really enjoy as well. AFPC. From Me Comics, 1987. Corbin the Barbarian. Beautiful. Albedo Anthropomorphics, number 11. Didn't this one have, yeah, Matt Howarth in the back of a bunch of these issues? I think is what the deal was with these. It's not a title that I'm drawn to necessarily, but I think it was the inclusion of some people in this one. Yeah, there we go. That's Howarth right there. So that'll be why this one made the cut. Yeah, Connie and Zoo. That's right. So 1987 from Howarth. I'm not sure how many issues he appeared in this Albedo. Didn't something else make a first appearance in Albedo? I don't remember if there was something else that went on to be a pretty big book. From Oasis Comics, I've got a couple of, oh, good to know. Nomads of Antiquity and all of those ME books are great. Cool. First appearance of Yojimbo is in Albedo. Okay, thank you, Rasa. I knew it was something. Oasis Comics, I've got a couple of other things from them. They're a little more oversized. Do I have one issue of Whispers and Shadows? This is number 8. So that's the draw there, wanting to see more from Oasis Comics. Peter Risk and T-Bird Chronicles are really fun. Okay, cool. From ME Books, I'm assuming. 1986 from the Golden Age. I believe all of these are an anthology here, so look at that page. That's pretty great. Lupus Neath the Moon, pencils Bill Merriman, inks Lance Parker. Fantastic. Nice. Yeah, Nate. I mean, you know, when he was sending me the photos, kind of a couple of times. Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. I'll have a look. When he was sending me some photos of stuff he was finding, it was just, it's one of those things of whenever you visit a new town, it's going to record shops and it's going to comic shops because you don't know what the hell you're going to find there. So I've got a couple of Night Masters books as well too. So this is another one to kind of go to that collection. Oh, fucking beautiful. This has got to be what, 87? Yeah, 87. Volume 1, number 6. Diane Pathude, Bruce. Yeah, that's a damn good one, man. I think the other one I have is a little bit oversized as well too. I want to say it's more that Golden Age type of size, a little more squared off, but I don't remember. Cover caught my eye. Onigami. Don't know anything about this one. 1998, number 2 of this one. Antarctic Press. Here we go. Michael Lacombe. Oh, Yannick Paquette right there. That's cool. Well, there you go. So I don't remember if this one was on a list of mine that I sent him or if this was just a grabbing the cover, grabbing it because of the cover rather. But that seems pretty cool. I love it. Look at this. This is, oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Kind of like photocopied. Dude. Talbotto, Master of the Comics Cavern. Special real issue. I hesitate to say at all AFPC because he really didn't want me to share work and all those kind of things. So I want to be respectful of. I can say that he's not where you are. That's what I can say. Marconi's Pizza. Beautiful. That looks like a lot of fun. Oh, yes. Demon Hunter, an issue I was missing. I always find the same issues of Demon Hunter in town, and I've forever been missing some issues. So finally, another one, another Dave Cooper, 1989 is this one here. So yeah, Talbotto does look great, Gary. Really cool. So there you go. Another one to fill in some gaps. It's rare that I see Yang comics, and the odd time that I do, they're kind of too much that I want to pay. So another issue of that. This one has been well loved, which is an extra bonus. 1974. What's that guy? Comic Tropes. I was watching some Comic Tropes videos. I don't know why this specifically rang a bell, but he was talking about the Filipino wave of artists that came through. It's a video from like a year ago that's well worth watching if you haven't seen it. And Sanho Kim, correct, yeah. But I think this one didn't have his name on it, did it? Artist Warren Sater, is that a Sater? So there you go. Eternity Comics Victims number 4. Again, the Eternity Comics is always a draw. Suso artist, Jim Ballant cover. Yeah, this looks great. This looks fantastic. Not sure if this is a reprint from somewhere. Something tells me that it probably is. Beautiful. Saga of the Victims. Man, I love the look of this one. This one's been through hell and back down here, so this looks really great. Holy shit. Tell you, man, fucking Eternity Comics. I feel like I've just barely scratched the surface on the Eternity Comics stuff that's out there. It's quickly becoming kind of a go-to, no matter what I there we go, Jim Ballant. No matter what I find from Eternity, I need to have. Yeah, this is a beauty there, Rasa. This is a beautiful one. Never seen this before. Yeah, look at that stuff. This is great. This is great. Dude, that's a highlight right there. I mean, they're all highlights. Who am I kidding? But Eternity Comics Yakuza issue number 3. Let's have a look. 1988. Looks like an original title to them, not a reprint. Yakuza flicks, Yakuza stories, I love. So pure and simply because of the title on that one. Oh yeah, this because it's a Modesty Blaze again. Nothing. I don't see these that often around here. I think I might have one of these, but you dig Eternity's Heart of Darkness. Yes, I remember you mentioned it before, AFPC. I'll have to add that one to the list. Modesty Blaze, Gore Vidal, you out there? Look at these blown up panels. Holy shit. Wild. I don't remember what this is from here. Pioneer Trails, 1988. I don't remember if this is a story that I've read or not, because I've got a bunch. It's hard to tell. But yeah, these are great. The official Modesty Blaze. You can't go wrong. I have seen this one around town here, but I've just never kind of pulled the trigger on it. This seemed like a fantastic moment. Naive interdimensional commando koalas. Look, the adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters. I guess they're here as well too. So the first issue, ICG. I know that at one time it was ICG. Eclipse was putting out some independent comics group stuff. I'm not seeing. Yeah, there's Kat and Dean right there. So this might have been during that transition. So it's sort of a hardy fucking har. Australia, everything's upside down. Sort of Eclipse Comics adjacent. So adding this one to the Eclipse Comics boxes. This looked like a pretty great cover. Bog, Swamp Demon. Did I look at some stills online? Maybe I might have looked at some art online and wanted to check it out based on that. So this is 1996. Oof. See if we can find some credits here by any chance. Ryan Brown story, Doug Brammer script, Bo Robertson pencils, Jerry Minor inks. Yeah, Gangrene Jiu-Jitsu Jiro, they're a classic. That's an absolute classic. I agree. I mean, there's something kind of fun about them. And at the time all that stuff was coming out, I was reading all that stuff. That's the funny animal books were my jam in the 80s there. Gangrene, Dirty Gene, Gangrene, Jiu-Jitsu Gerbils. Was there something about Chameleon Commandos? I don't know. There was kangaroos. There was all sorts of fucking ridiculous names. Oh shit! Look at this. Oh, jackpot. Nate, sweet man, sweet. Look at all this. A whole bunch of Post Brothers. Fucking awesome, man. From the Aeon stuff too. It went all over the place. Did it go? I think it went Ripoff Press, Aeon Press. Did it go to Brave New Words as well? I don't remember. Or maybe it was Aardvark Vanheim. There was a few companies that Post Brothers went through. So this is pretty killer, man. A whole bunch of these, including this annual number 3 from 1997. Oh, killer. Yeah, there we go. Vortex Comics, number 15. I forgot that he had found a bunch of these. Space Beaver, unbelievable. Space Beaver, the absolute gem, especially with those Miami Vice inspired covers that they had on those ones. Space Beaver is epic. Look at this, some Guy Davis, a couple of issues I was missing from the Realm from Arrow Comics. This is great. Some early Guy Davis, even though he's not quite there yet, but you can see some Guy Davis in there, especially like Baker Street era Guy Davis. So this will be cool. I'm not super excited to read these issues because I don't hold much hope, but I am curious to see his advancements through. Oh, look at this, Vince Locke. I am curious to see his advancements throughout this series as he kind of his game kind of jumps through the issues. This is fucking amazing. This is a nice surprise in the background here. Beautiful. And then issue number 6 of the Realm. Yeah, still Guy Davis pencils. What's the backup in this one? If there is one, this one seems like it might be the Realm all the way to the back. Yes, it is. No backup stories in here. New Brunswick. Let's see if we can see a Victoria, BC. No Winnipeg this time. Every time I find a letter that's by someone from Winnipeg, I always post it to the Facebook groups that I'm a part of. just to see if anybody knows them. Yeah, Brave New Words. You're right about that. It didn't make it there. Leaf Killer cover number 2. Creator, writer, and artist Filthy Phil Avelli. Co-writer Jazzy Jeff Jensen. Additional artwork and lettering Sugar Frosted Blake. Proofreader John Sargent D. Corbett. Cover illustration Bill Sienkiewicz. What year do we have on this one? Oh yeah. When you see faces like this, you know you're in for something here. Shit, man, this looks pretty great. In that 80s kind of way. Let's see if we can actually get a year. 1988 is what it looks like. United Forces. Wasn't there an MOD song, United Forces, or SOD? One of those bands. One of those OD bands. Beautiful. That looks great. The Waiting Place, Slave Labor Graphics, 1997. Sean Kelly McKeever, Brendan Frame, Brian Frame. I think it was just slave labor was the reason this jumped out at me. Always worth trying. Doesn't look too bad. It's funny how there's kind of this fine line between the rough and gritty black and white stuff with the character and then stuff like this where it's just starting to get polished. It's almost a little too clean. It's not it just kind of doesn't have that level. So we'll see. Yeah, it is a gem. Hey, cool. That's great. Yes, Nate, you absolutely have outdone yourself. There's no doubt about that. AFC speaks the truth. What do we have here? And then we got 3 more issues of it. So it's 1, 3, 4, and 5 from Slave Labor for The Waiting Place. So a nice chunk to read there. Sarah Winchester, speaking of Jesus Christ, I'm so great with names. Ian Bertram, speaking of Bertram, here's Sarah Winchester, The Secrets of, also from Slave Labor. This is issue number 1, 2009 on this one. Dan Vado, illustrated by Drew Roush. Not one I'm familiar with, but this interior art looks pretty great. What's that guy, Wormwood? Wasn't that his book? What was that artist's name? Thank God I do these things live so people can actually fill in the gaps in my mind. The Eden Descendants. Book 1, Awakening and Emergence, from Quester Entertainment. Don't know this one at all. Let's have a look at the front here. Jesus, small shitty type on black paper. No idea what year this is. Penciled, inked, and toned by Mark Jones, Part 2, Thomas Cisneros and Randy Buccini. Created and written by Jeff Hendricks. We'll see. I've got another issue of this one, What is the Face? This is issue number 1. Very excited. Ace Comics. This looks pretty great. I think, is all of this Ditko? I think all of it is Ditko, isn't it? 1986 from this one, published by Animated Comics Enterprises. Is the whole thing Ditko? I think this was like 2 or 3 issues or something, so not one that I'd see ever again. So jumping on that for sure. Pete Morisi. Beautiful. This looks fucking great too, man. Michael Blake, some older stuff. Originally published in Big Shot Comics, #1. Big Shot Comics. I remember that guy. May 1940. Script by Gardner F. Fox. Art by Mart Bailey. Very, very nice. That's amazing. Love that. '97 had it for a minute, but didn't survive a purge. Yeah, it kind of has that feeling. In Eclipse Comics, I didn't have Bland Man. I love the parody type of books that made it out there too. So, and of course, Eclipse, never seen this around anywhere. 1999 is what that looks like there. So there's Sandman Take, which I'm looking forward to. I was listening to some of the Sandman audiobook. I forgot to talk to Rasa about it when we were doing the show there on Sunday. Is that Tim Truman? Listen to, I don't know, the first 7 episodes or whatever. Really, really good shit, man. They really outdid themselves, these radio dramas. Hello, Rafa. Welcome. Adam and Eve, one that I have as well. 1 or 2 issues. This is issue 8. As we've talked about in the past, me and Colin especially, it's unreal how long some of these series ended up going for. So this is 1986 as well, too. Bill Anthony Murray Productions. Penciler Sean Sharp. Illustrations assisted by Joe Ellis. Inker Tim Zimmerman. Looks awesome. Beautiful. Exiled, The Exiled, #1 Exiled Studio, Greg LaRock. The cover looked really promising on this one. 1998. No idea though. We'll see. You can really feel some of the Image Comics. Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, because there's so many of these bins in his shop there, Gary. I can't imagine. And I mean, he wasn't pulling out everything that he was grabbing from those boxes and taking photos. He was just grabbing handfuls that he thought I might be interested in and sending me some pictures. But I can only imagine the gold that's just rotting away in those boxes of just that one shop, let alone the rest of North America. New England Comics, NEC Dark, Nuclear War, issue #2. Fucking killer cover. Blown up, blown out colors, everything. Yeah, 2000, Give Me Shelter, Part 2. Writer Ron Ledwell, publisher George Suarez, art director Bob Polio, systems Dave Snyder. Whoa, dude, look at this. Holy shit, that's incredible. That's an absolute winner. Ben Templesmith. Thank you, Eliza. Thank you. You've come to our rescue. That looks unreal. That's a hit right there. Nuclear War. Wow. Jesus, man. Jesus. What else do we got here from NEC Dark? World War II, Stalingrad, Salerno, Eastern Front, Vietnam, Waffen SS, Y2K, the comic. Look at these. Holy shit, man. What is all this? This is something I have no idea about, this Dark imprint. But I've never seen anything from that imprint. Yeah, absolutely. But like grittier and darker AFPC. But yes, I can absolutely see that. That's a fucking hit. I already know that's going to be a hit. All right, the last stack here. I'm going to speed through them a little bit more. Dog Boy, Fanagraphics. I kind of just said to him, any Fanagraphics you can pretty much put on a list or at least send me a photo of to see if I have it or not. Talking about Lafleur with Colin and Ryan in Minneapolis there. So another issue for that. I think I only have one of those. This is one that I've heard people talk about. I think this was Colin that was talking about Strange Haven. He might have had a video on his old channel, I think. Sounded really intriguing. I think I've seen a couple of videos about Strange Haven out there on the YouTubes. It was a title I wasn't familiar with till those videos. But this is supposed to be really, really good. So there we go. Star Child again, filling in a gap. Do I have another issue of this? This is number 1 of Star Child from Taliesin Press. Uh, 1993 on this one, February 1994 up there. Yeah, great. This has some Rick McCollum vibes there for sure with the panels on the side. Mad-Eyed Sorcerer. James A. Owen, if I didn't say the name. Beautiful illustrations here. Looks really great. Love it. Yes. Terminal City, just a missing issue. I think this was the only one that I needed. Dean Motter and Michael Lark on Terminal City. I'm pretty sure this completes the run for me. 1997 on this one. So yeah, that's why that's there. Circus World. This cover kind of fucking blew my mind seeing this one. I do remember this one very much. Never heard of it. Hammock Publications, issue 1 of a 3-issue miniseries. Let's check it out. 1989. Barry Longyear, Jim McNaughton, Paul Peltier. Does it say where Hammock is from? Oakland is what it says there. 1989. Right. Lance Stanton. Okay. Yes. Okay. And his neck is the Tick, but they had some incredible reprint books. Never seen any of those you just showed. Yeah. Well, that's also good to know, Gary. Bug House isn't one that I'm familiar with, so I'll have to add that to the list too. Yeah, there's Hammock. There was also Micmac as well for a publisher. Doesn't look as promising as the front cover led me to believe, but yeah, might be all right. Aha, big 2. Another ICG again, Eclipse. We don't need to flip through this one. The official Hawkman Index. There was a bunch of these index books, or a few of them anyway, from this ICG group that then I think, like I said, went over to Eclipse. So Eclipse adjacent book again. Another fantastic cover, The Adventures of Bach, number 1, Invasion Comics, chapter 1, Escape from Darkness. Unreal cover. Let's see. Oh, beautiful inside so far. Thomas Perry, James Pastorino, Paul Martin art, Jay Pastorino. It's a strong opening. Oh, beauty. Yeah, look at that. I fucking love the looks of this one for sure. Yeah, beautiful. Dude, that looks like a hit too. Is it? Yeah. Oh, great. I'm glad you know it. How much did it go there? I don't even know Invasion Comics, their AFPC. Tell us more. It looks stunning though. Like, look at those faces. Forget about it. That's some character. Don't know what the hell is going on there, but fire the orb. Yes, number one. Soon you will see BOC bow down before my mighty power. And then even Azor will stand in amazement of you, Commander. I'm sure that when he sees your genius, he will exalt to you that position you deserve. Love it. I really love it. That looks fantastic. 3 issues. Beauty. Adding it to the list. Lug Lord of Light. Flagship Comics. It was the cover that drew me. The sort of barely legible text. Again, this got some like McCollum vibes on it. Writer Mike Friedman, artist Chris Donovan. What do we got? 1987. The Heart of Danu. Okay, the only book Invasion published. I'll have to check him out. That's a great fucking panel right there. Amazing. Another D&D campaign adventure. Beautiful. One of the only stick boys that I was missing. I'm pretty close to having all of these, I think. Dennis Warden. I love Stick Boy. There was a Fantagraphics magazine as well, too. Oh, look at this color. This is Revolutionary Comics, 1990. But yeah, this is, again, one of the ones that I was reading this stuff when Fantagraphics was putting it out in magazine. Can't go wrong. Another one. I got to check my short boxes to make sure there wasn't a break-in. Yeah, beauty. Very nice. Very nice. Another Arrow Comics. Legend Lore Tales from the Realm. So I guess I'm assuming a spin-off series. Volume 1, number 2, 1988. Who do we have here? Credits. Why? So spin-off from the Realm. So I don't know if this is Guy Davis on this one. Do they have credits at the back here? Pretty thick damn issue, though. They don't. Ypsilanti. Got to be a title page here. There we go. Kerr, Griffith, Davis, Zimmerman, and Morris. Yeah, so there's some more Guy Davis. Different inker, though. A little more polished. Can't go wrong with one called Barf. This is Revolutionary Comics as well, too. Like that, like the Stick Boy before it. Number 2. Some Rocky Horror lips there. The Schlocky Horror Picture Show with braces on. What do we got? 1990 on this one. Oh, nice. So a bunch of Toxic Waste Reprisal. As you probably know, we also published a book called Rock and Roll Comics. It would publish this book because, frankly, publishing Barf is strictly a labor of love. So I wonder if this is an anthology here. Oh, beautiful. Yes, it is. Well, that's a nice surprise. Excellent. Excellent. Third issue of Barf, hey? Beautiful. Seventh System from Sirius. Again, cover looked pretty damn good. Ooh, nice glossy paper inside. 1998. Created, written, and illustrated by Roll. Do I have another one then? I'm not sure, because I know that name from something that I have. Eat your heart out, Mobius. Some more Realm from Arrow number 5 there. Plasma Baby. Again, sometimes the cover tells you all you need to know. Caliber Press being the other bonus here. Issue 2 of 3. Vengeance of the Aztecs. Plasma Baby. $19.91 on this one. No clue. But with a cover like that, you can't possibly go wrong, can you? Terminal Point. 1 of 3. Yes, was this also related, pardon me, related to the next one? Why do I know this one? Story and art by Bruce Zick. Terminal Point from the Legends of Ecuse. Yeah, Bruce Zick. Okay, that is why it's familiar, because there was a Zone Continuum as well, too, which is Bruce Zick. So this is Caliber Press. I've looked at this before, or not this issue, but one of the other Zone Continuum issues that I have. This is issue number 1, Zone Continuum On the Edge. So both by the same creator. Very excited for both of these because I really did like that previous Zone Continuum issue. So we'll see what this one has to offer. And then his kind of, his other one from Dark Horse here. So I'll have to keep my eyes out for more of this book. Another one filling in a gap. This is Silver Storm from Aircell. This is number 4. I've got a couple of these other ones. 1990. This is issue 4 of 4. Roland Mann script, Steve Butler penciler, Ken Branch inker. Looking pretty good. Again, that just a little bit polished, but some of these characters look pretty incredible. We'll see. The covers on all of these, I think, I remember, are pretty striking. Pretty excited about this one. I thought there was some more. Let's have a quick look. Heard really good things about it. I thought there was a couple of more. I guess not. I thought there was a couple of more issues of Rain that he had sent me photos of, but obviously not. Heard really good things about this one. Again, I think from Colin, or maybe it was also from you, AFPC. I don't quite remember, but heard that this is pretty amazing. Artist Ralph F. Stark, co-writer Marlene Stevens. This is 1991. I've never actually seen the interiors of this, so it makes me think that it wasn't in Colin's video, that it was maybe someone in a chat. Looks fucking stellar, though. Yeah, I could have sworn there was more issues of this that he had sent me photos of, but obviously not. Beautiful. I know they had most of them on My Comic Shop or Lone Star there, because I think they've made it into my basket once or twice, but never made it to actual checkout. I'm very excited about this one, though. I'm very surprised by the interiors. I didn't realize. I thought this was more manga ish, but this looks fucking amazing. Really, really great. These pages are unreal. Rain is incredible. Good to know. That's fucking absolutely stellar. That is stellar. Book 2 of 6. Oh, Tundra. Yeah, there you go. 2 of 6 on that one. Southern Squadron, an Aircell book. Introduction by James Hudnall. Australia's own super troubleshooters. It was a Aircell book. That's kind of why I picked it up. See what it was like. 1990. Oh, you're still missing a few issues as well. Yeah, check Lone Star. I don't know if you ever deal with them, AFPC, but I'm pretty sure they had a bunch. Malinky Robot, Stinky Fish Blues by Sonny Liu. Title I'm vaguely familiar with. Xeric, special thanks to the Xeric Foundation. So I don't know if this is a Xeric award or whatever the word is. You got some money, a grant, I guess. 2002 from this one. Looks pretty killer. Yes. Has to be, right? Has to be. With face like that. Did it say inside? But yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're nailed it. Is it? That's good. I'm glad to hear. It's a name. I do know his name, but curious to read that. Stin's Brave New Words issue that I was missing. I see this title a lot, and Brave New Words has recently been put on my radar, so thought I'd give that a shot. Slave Labor Stories, Free Comic Book Day. So a little Free Comic Book Day sampler of some slave labor stuff. One that I was missing, Tigers of Terra. Does this one finish it for me? Oh no, this is issue 0. I don't remember. I know I have a couple of these though. So added that to it as well. I think the ones I have though are much thicker. Avalon, Harrier Comics. Harrier Comics, I love Harrier Comics, so how can you go wrong with giving them a shot? Especially when you have panels looking like this. What do we got here? September 1987, smallest fucking text you've ever seen in your goddamn life. Unreal. Beautiful. Oops. Couple of issues of Forever Now, issue number 1 and 2. A TE comic. Not familiar, but very, very eye-catching covers on both of them. A little bit of the Scream there, a little bit of Mobius there. Yeah, I think you'd mentioned that before too, AFPC. I haven't read any of the issues yet that I do have, but I'm getting pretty close to where I can kind of dive into it now, so I'm looking forward to it. Chris Coleman, what year do we have here? We don't have a year on this, but already I can tell this looks pretty fucking promising just from opening it up. Forever Now, issues 1 and 2. Pyramid Comics. Dark Visions. January 1987. Parts Unknown, a missing issue. This is Eclipse FX. I think this might finish it for me, this Parts Unknown. Again, this was just the completest in me getting this because I think, oh, look at this. Ding, 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 ding. Complete with a scratch and win card. So there we go. Another issue of Adam and Eve, number 5. Another issue of Night Masters, issue number 5. Something from ACG. Sorry, I gotta speed it up just a little bit here. ACG Comics Group, Strange Stories, Magic Man, Doctor Strange-ish type cover. Right on, Rasa. Good night. We'll see you this weekend. Although I haven't read a hell of a lot so far because of work and shit. Pete, the PO'd postal worker. I've heard of this before. 1997 Shark Bait. Not too sure. Normally wouldn't really give it a second look, but again, it felt it was worth a shot. Another Modesty Blaze. Another Legends Lore from Arrow, issue number 1 on this one. Last few books here. Heavy Armor Fantasy General Comics. Look at that cover. February 1986. Letters, artwork, George McClements III. Letters and art stuff, Todd Rice and Ren Kuzer. 3-part miniseries. Woof. Could go either way, that one. Icarus. Does that say Hardia Comics or Cardia Comics? Icarus #1. Again, eye-catching cover. Dan Yelovich, art by Mark McHaley, and letters by Steve Zuck. 1992. Icarus #1 of 4. They sure did there, Lefty. Hello, Lefty. 80s and 90s. A lot of stuff came out. I kind of like the looks of this one, too. Kind of dig it. Jared, if you're watching in the future, there's got to be some books that you probably had on your pull list when you were getting them. Look at these pinups, too. This one looks pretty fucking promising as well. Speaking of books that are going to make it to the top of the stack to read first, that looks like one. Caliber Press, Dutch Decker and the Voodoo Queen, issue #1. Can't go wrong with that cover. And the fact that it's Caliber as well, too. Creator and writer Tracy Dirks, illustrator Benjamin Wu, letterer Dan McKinnon. A 3-chapter piece here. Looks great. Looks like a reprint from somewhere. You know this one, AFPC? Yeah. Little Monera-ish for sure. And last but certainly not least, an issue of Puma Blues that I was missing, issue #3. I was always hopeful that there would be the mother lode of something like this in those bins. Nate, you're the man. This is a hell of a stack of books. Really, really incredible stuff. I can't wait to dig through these. It's going to be an absolute blast. This is going to take up a good year or two probably to read all of these. But I'm very much looking forward to it. Too conventional. Dude, let's have one more flip through this one. Yeah, absolutely. Huge applause for Nate. Thank you so much for sending these out my way. I really, truly appreciate it. It's always great to hear from people in the chat, but also people who have watched. Nate was saying he's been watching for a long time. So I just really appreciate it. It's really touching. I'm glad that these videos, you know, the small group of us that are kind of in this corner over here, I'm really glad to hear when there's people that have been watching for a long time, even if they don't comment and have been digging the videos over the years. Yeah, it's very nice. I really dig it. So there we go. I'm going to leave it at that before I get too mushy and sentimental. Right on, everybody. Thanks very much for hanging out, and we'll see you.